Good morning. Welcome to Midweek Musings here at Trinity Heights United Methodist Church. I'm Kent Little, Senior Pastor. It's good to have you with us, with me this morning. Whether you're here live in this moment or whether you find this recording on our Facebook page or on YouTube later in the week or later today. Anyway, it's a beautiful day out today. Hopefully we can, I'm not one to ever complain about rain, but we may have enough for a little while. Maybe it's nice. It'd be nice to dry out a little bit anyway. I'm not sure how much we had. I think I saw in the news last night, over the last 24 hours, we've had about a little over 3 inches. And that doesn't count what we had over the weekend, etc. And so I don't know how many of our people here at Trinity Heights are here in town. I know that I heard of some flooding here in Newton. We had some water in our basement at our house, and so we spent some time last night trying to get things picked up and dried up, and it's still drying as I speak. So anyway, so that's always a struggle. But anyway, it does look like a beautiful day out today. I think the sun's supposed to shine, and so that'll be nice. Anyway, so glad you're here. Pretty quiet week this week, as is this time of year. I think I've mentioned we have Bible school in July coming up. We had a great time out at the ball game last Friday night down in Wichita for the Wind Surge game. I think we had around 35 plus of our members go attend the ball game, so that was a lot of fun. Anyway, so this week is annual conference, and so myself and our lay delegate will be attending annual conference to do the business of our Great Plains annual conference. We're meeting in Salina this year, which is a little closer than it's been in recent years, so that's kind of nice. We don't have to drive very far to get there. At least we don't. Obviously, those are the far reaches of Kansas and Nebraska still have a ways to drive. But anyway, so that's this week, and so we will be doing some important work up there for our conference. This coming Sunday is Pentecost Sunday, traditionally known as kind of the birthday of the church, if you will. The church universal, the church of Jesus Christ. And we know as they gathered in the upper room, and the sound of the wind and the tongues of fire, etc., the speaking of different languages. It's a familiar story to us, and so it's so familiar that oftentimes as a preacher it's hard to find a new way to think or to talk about it, a new perspective that we haven't ever heard before. And so I'm still wrestling a little bit with that in terms of how do we to quote a favorite author, theologian of mine, Marcus Borg, he often used the language of how do we read this story, how do we hear this story again for the first time? In other words, how do we engage it in a way that brings perhaps new message, new words to us in terms of what it might mean, what it meant in that time, and what it might mean for us today, the world we live in. How do we listen for a lesson that might teach us how we can be the church more relevant and more vibrant in this day and time. So that's what we are going to deal with this Sunday, is the familiar passage from the book of Acts and Pentecost Sunday, and how we might hear that anew this Sunday. So not a lot to report on. Like I said, a beautiful day. Hope you can get out and enjoy the day. Hope you can be here Sunday, either in person, or if you can't be here in person, you can certainly join us online in our live stream. You can find that link on our website. Anyway, so hope you can celebrate Pentecost with us on Sunday. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a great day. And as we always say here at Trinity Heights, may we continue to strive to be a light and to love one another, every single other, until there are no others, only one beloved community of all. Have a great day. Goodbye and God bless.